I don't know if you...
Tommy's quite the baker.
I can fucking bake. I don't know.
Bake?
Yeah.
Fancy herself a little bakes woman. A vegan baker. They're fucking biscuits.
They are fucking cream biscuits.
Cream biscuits.
I made cream pies, guys.
Welcome to Cleveland, America. That is all. Enjoy the show.
Give me a cream pie.
You like a cream pie? Oh, they're pumpkin spice cream pie.
Oh, pumpkin spice cream.
Yeah, white girl.
Well, what a treat this is.
Oh, an treat.
You want to rate them?
Oh, you can rate it. You can rate it.
You guys are going alone with the British thing. I can't do it all.
No.
Hello, welcome to Cleveland, America.
What was that?
I don't know.
It's not a serious place.
I keep changing my accent.
It's not a serious place.
All right.
Fucking great.
Really?
Yeah, they're good. Yeah, they taste like
They're good.
oatmeal cream pie, but sturdier and with like no preservatives in them. I'm not even saying this because you're sitting next to me. It's like that's like a 9.3.
Yeah, that's good.
Damn.
I'm only not giving it a 10.
One cream pie, everybody knows the rules.
I'm only not giving it a 10 just because that feels like
We're all
Yeah, I feel you. Thanks, guys.
just good cream.
Good cream pies.
Oh,
They're the best.
they are the best. You know, what food was not the best. Pants and I went on a little adventure this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't feeling good.
I wasn't.
We went down to Cambridge, Ohio.
How
And
exciting.
It was pretty fun. First of all, like the drive down there was hilarious because I was like, I know the area and I know like this is the awesome time to go down there because all the leaves are changing.
Oh, okay.
So I
like
was
pretty?
Yeah, very pretty.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, fuck yeah. There's gonna be rolling hills. It's gonna be autumn colors. It's gonna be fucking great. And Pants is kind of like, where are all these leaves? I'm like, you'll see.
I don't feel compelled to have to film Silence with Noise with Bill. Like we're good enough friends at this point. But
Yeah.
That's why we all get along.
Right.
Really well. Sorry, I mean, yeah.
we were just driving. There was probably like 20 to 30 minutes of just silence, and like because like I get quiet before I do a show, and then like Bill also wasn't saying much, and then there was like just to like sort of kill the silence. I think at one point, just Bill goes, "Some good leaves right there."
And Pants was kind of like, oh. I was like goofing around, like, no, it's just beautiful.
Because I like lived my life. I didn't Google where Cambridge, Ohio was. I just figured it was in the middle of nowhere, anyways. So like I had no idea where we were going.
It's a different
Yeah, I honestly
middle of nowhere. Then like if we go, like Southeast Ohio is very hilly and very pretty.
Okay.
And so I really like going down there. And
It was a very pretty drive.
it was a very pretty drive because once you get past Canton, it's also just like it's all these rolling hills. And Pat's like, what makes it a rolling hill? And I'm like, it's multiple hills, kind of like wavy hills.
I didn't
really.
believe that.
Yeah.
I just
Okay.
accepted it.
Like one hill by
They keep
itself.
going, rolling.
Yes.
Keep rolling.
Yeah,
You
rolling.
keep rolling. That's how you remember.
Me and Bill kind of had like a drive that married couples have when they just ran out of shit to say to each other. When it just was.
Dude, I'm fine with that. I hate people. Like I don't need to talk. Like
I forget who we were recently talking to, but Brandon said, I knew she was the one when we drove 2 hours to Columbus, and I apologized to her for not talking, and she's like, no, that's great.
yeah.
And I'm like, you have to have comfortability in silence.
I mean,
Like,
it goes back to the conversation on Pulp Fiction where it's like, you know, great conversation is one thing, but just being able to be comfortable and quiet around somebody is like to be silent around somebody is another level.
If you can't,
And I love that.
Yeah, that's a core need of any level of relationship to me.
Yes.
Because I don't have anybody that spends like solo time with me anymore. So for that reason.
So we get to the place, check into the hotel, chilling out. The hotel rooms are both under my name.
Okay.
And now they give you like the key that you can use on your phone.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so
I've never seen that before.
Pants is in his room, and I just like barge, and I'm like, "You're never safe."
Oh no! Yeah.
Also, I was like, "Oh, we're sharing a wall, great." Because I was like, Bill gave me 20 minutes at our show. That's the longest I've gone. So I needed to sort of just go through it and like mouth it out in silence, and I'm like doing it very quietly. I thought Bill could.
Well, let me ask you this: did you after you left for the night on like it was like what 9:30? like we really partied it up. When you went back to your room, did you hear any of our shenanigans?
No.
See,
Was it
there's
sex
nothing to worry.
shenanigans?
It was sex shenanigans. About 8 minutes.
I like.
8 minutes. Nice.
Nah, it was a long time.
No,
Yeah.
No,
Quick
I
one's great,
just, not to
too.
make it weird. I was like laying there and I'm like, because I went into
He was
Bill's
listening.
room and Kara was like in bed and Bill were all watching like the game and
Yeah.
then like we ate an edible together.
You sent that
Like-
selfie to
Me
me.
and Stan ate an edible together.
My bad. Sorry.
I just wanted to be clear.
So it's like so it's like then like the like the high came and went, and then I'm just sitting there in the office / cuck chair, and Bill and Kara were laying in bed together, and I was kind of like silently I go,
Well, we had
I was
some
like,
giggles. Like, yeah, we had some.
yeah, no, it was a good time, but I'm
And then you're just like, all right, bye.
I was like, oh yeah. I was like, I got a thing. I gotta go. And then I went to my room, fucking huffed on a pen until I passed out.
Hell yeah.
But I could not hear. And to be very honest, I was like, oh, I'm gonna hear these two fucking. And I didn't hear anything.
No, I didn't think you would. We're not that fucking crazy.
Pillow over her face?
Over mine. No, I mean, just like one of those things where we know what each other likes at this point,
Yeah.
and we're not like super loud like screamers or moaners. Like we talk,
Yeah,
but it's not
yeah.
like, oh yeah, oh god, yeah, tell me.
It's not performative.
Stop performing. I can't stand the performative.
If I
feel like when someone's like
Genuine.
kind of breathing in, and it's like.
You
Or
can-
they're breathing,
you
like
can
that's
tell.
when it's genuine, like like that
Yeah.
kind of shit. Like yeah, now we're cooking.
You guys should have just went up to the wall and just yelled the wildest shit you could think of yelling just to fuck with me.
That would have been pretty
Like, grab the
funny.
knife.
It would have been pretty fun.
Grab the knife.
Yeah.
Like,
That would have been good for a lot.
get the mask back on.
So
Math.
beautiful
I mean, that's not that weird.
So like,
But-
I mean, I was literally like going through my set out loud in my room, and I was doing it as quietly as possible because I go, and I was in my head about it. I go, Bill's gonna hear this. You fucking have to hear about it.
Nah, I was, dude. Like, and also, even if I did, I wouldn't give a fuck. Like, but it's also very funny. So we get to the show. It's at this brewery, Guernsey Brewing. Oh, but let me go. First we go to dinner, and I'm so pumped for dinner. I'm super hungry, and we find this place called like the
Bear's Den.
Bear's Den.
Sounds like it should be
It
sick
sounds
for
like it's
you
gonna be
guys.
awesome. Yeah, it sounds.
He said-
So,
Not for me, but
He
Yeah.
sent me the menu prior. I'm laying in my hotel bed. I'm like, this looks pretty lit.
they did for this being Cambridge, Ohio. They did on the menu say they had vegetarian options.
oh,
Not so much vegan, but they could have probably
a lot.
made it up.
Yeah.
So there was awareness of that,
Mm-hmm.
and we get there, and this is the fucking place to be on a Friday night. We get there at 5:30, and it is already slammed,
Really?
Yep,
Yeah.
packed
Okay.
out.
packed
It's
out,
probably the
Yeah.
place.
and I'm so hungry, and so like we get some drinks and food, and like it's all coming out. And as Pat, he's like, gotta go to the bathroom. I'm like, okay. One of the waitresses here is super hot, and he's like, and like we hadn't really scanned the place yet, but he texts me. He goes, the mixed girl, and I hadn't seen the mixed girl yet, and I could tell that he had also not really seen the mixed girl yet, because when we saw the mixed girl, we're like, oh no, that's a 13-year-old.
No, why don't you admit that,
How it
guys?
is. Bill texted me that there was like a hot waitress or something,
Yeah.
and then I hadn't even.
That's what I'm saying. You hadn't really scanned anything.
It was like I walked in like Diddy, and I go, oh,
Yeah.
she's not even old enough to drive. But yeah, and then we figured we diagnosed who he was talking about. I go, oh yeah, she looks like she has kids.
Yeah, the one that we were talking about was very age appropriate. The one that he misunderstood was very.
I walked past her on
She
the way
was
to
a
the
worker?
bathroom.
Yeah, she's an employee. Yeah.
Okay, so not actually 13.
No,
she just
she
looked.
just-
No, she looked like
Yes.
a fucking teenager.
Yeah.
And not like in a way where she was in her 20s. She was a fucking teenager.
Yeah.
I walked past
Huh.
her and I go, yep. This is the last time I just say some shit without really
yeah.
examining the
You
situation.
could have just said, Who?
Right. Yeah.
I just gotta fucking make conversation, dude. Like, nope.
So then, like, we see other people's food coming out, and their food that is coming out looks pretty good. And then we get some chips and dip to start things off, a little artichoke dip, and it's very okay.
Very
It's
okay.
very okay. I'm
It's
just so
kind of
hungry.
second tone where I'm like, yeah, as hungry as where I'm like, this'll do.
Yeah.
And then
Sturdy chips.
30 chips. 30 chips.
We'll
Better than Applebee's or worse? I feel like
I would say
Applebee's.
worse.
Okay.
I would say worse.
Worse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say
Okay.
worse. And then I get a steak. He gets a Philly cheesesteak, which is definitely what you want to get in rural Ohio. But actually, I think you ended up having the better meal because I get my steak and a steak and mashed potatoes.
How do you order it?
I got a medium rare.
Okay.
And I think I said medium actually. Either way, it was cooked fine. It just wasn't that good. It was just a real mid steak, and I was like, "This is either going to be the best steak we've ever had, or super disappointing." And I nailed it. It was
Because the setup of it was like the place itself was really nice, like
Rustic
the build out
looking,
of it. Yeah, like you could tell they spent some money to build this place, and just like the menu itself looked good. There wasn't too many items on it. I was like, "Oh, this will be good."
And if you're a Cambridge, it's probably a good steak.
It wasn't bad. There was something about the way it was arranged on the plate, and I saw Bill's eyes as the plate descended on the table, and I go, "He's not."
Well, also, like, the plate was so big. And the steak was, like, it was a 12-ounce steak, and then, like, a pile of mashed potatoes, but they were so far, like,
Yeah,
the plate was like, there was so much empty space, I was like, oh, they don't give a fuck.
I know, like,
That's funny.
maybe I've become, like, a bit of a connoisseur, but I just was like, the presentation of it, I just go, and then I
You
just,
eat
like,
with your eyes first, is what I always hear, and then...
I wasn't even looking at Bill, and I'm like sort of like tearing into my sandwich. He goes, "How is it?" And I just knew he's like, I forget how you said it, but I was like, he's like, "It's good."
It's fine.
Yeah, I think
fine.
it's like,
It was okay.
Is Cambridge like mainly white people?
Yeah.
So was it just not seasoned at
It's
all?
like this, I mean, it just salt.
I'm not trying to be shitty.
Garlic and
It's
stuff like that.
all white.
It's all
white.
okay.
It's like...
I just imagine the most bland food.
I mean, it was all like... It's
How else would it be bad?
It just...
If it wasn't bland and if it wasn't cooked wrong.
I think we were just expecting an over the top food experience.
Well, that's... I was
Your
hoping for, like, something that I was going to be like, oh, shit. This is like a gem diamond rough.
Okay.
It was just very okay.
Okay.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
You gotta take some losses in those instances.
Well, and also we were in a hurry at this point.
Yeah.
Things did take longer than we thought, and we're like, oh shit, we gotta get to the thing. So like then we're just like, got a steak, take a few bites, throw it in a box, and get the fuck out of there.
That was the other. I think almost you buried the lead there, is because like by the time we're waiting for our food, and it was taking a minute, not like it wasn't
Nothing crazy, but
aggressively long, but like Bill's like, oh, he's like, we got a 20-minute drive to the venue on top of like, so he's like we're just like lightning round eating.
Yeah.
And I like, also to be fair, like my sandwich, like the steak on the sandwich was delicious.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
My dish was fucking awesome.
Your dish was
Yeah,
actually
that's different.
The crime of it was just like we had to like fucking. I
We just had
had
to
my
tear through
meal
it,
and then
yeah.
we had to fucking roll. And also like going to do a show, I don't like
You don't want to feel super heavy, yeah.
because we got to the venue. I don't know what it is about comedy. Like every time I do a show, I have to take a shit. Not like
Anxiety, maybe.
it's not even that. I mean, a little nervousness, but it's more just like the way my day of eating it is shaken out. So like we get there and it's like one of those. It was a nice place. It was like one of those warehouse.
Like an old warehouse that turned into a brewery.
Yeah, redone to be a brewery, and it's like where the bar itself takes up maybe 20% of the actual space. So then I'm like, oh, this big spot. I go, the situation is probably shittable here. And then I heard the toilet seat slam from inside a closed bathroom from across the room, and I go, oh no, it's like a prison situation where you're going to be shitting next to people that are drinking. So I held it.
You held it.
Soldiered through it. It wasn't a dire situation. It was like, man, it would be nice to be able to do this. Right?
Yeah.
So then we do the show, and good job. He did 20 minutes. First time doing 20 minutes. Fucking crushed it. Did
First
really well.
time.
Well, thank you to Deborah, who made it very easy to cruise.
Fucking
in
Deborah.
20 minutes.
There's a quote in a picture of like Deborah got on stage because I was making fun of her. She's this lady that was wearing a purple crew neck sweatshirt and purple cowboy boots, and I said she looked like a dance mom that only had boys, and it fucking
Was she just a
She was a patron there.
Oh, okay.
She was-
All right.
She was there with her girlfriends and
Yeah.
stuff, and they were having themselves a Friday night.
What was funny was the girlfriend, like two of the people at the table didn't know her, and when she got up at one point,
Oh,
they're like, we don't know this bitch. Like they were like, we like we don't want to be associated because
They all. I mean, I'm not trying to be dismissive. They all looked like they knew each other.
everybody in that town looks like they know each other.
Yes, yeah. They all looked like they worked together, lived together.
So, I don't know if you caught this, but the funniest part of my whole set to me was not the crowd work. It was not ripping on that table of like old musician looking motherfuckers. It was when I got into my joke about my dad using words he's not supposed to use and remembering that there's somebody with Down syndrome in the crowd. And I was like, pivot, can't do the joke.
Oh, okay, now I'm putting the thing in the dots.
Because I did not finish that joke.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
Yeah.
Because there was not.
Because everybody would have been like, what the fuck?
I mean, it was a packed room, but it was also a packed room of about, 40, 50?
40 or 50
So it's
people,
like,
yeah. And she had like spoken up at some point, and like everybody was like, oh, okay.
Well, good on you for.
Yeah, I was like, so I pulled out of that one. But also before.
Also, like, it wouldn't have been. You shouldn't have done the joke, but it wouldn't have been the end of the world.
No, it wouldn't have been. Yeah.
That joke's not really.
No, it's not about that.
About
Yeah.
special ed people.
Yeah, it's. But still not great in that situation. So I pulled out of it.
Yeah, I didn't watch you do that specific joke, and I didn't realize that's why you somehow segued out of it.
Yeah, I segued out of it. I was like, my favorite part of the night though was before, like, you're on stage and the host is a student named Jeff Allen from Dayton, and sees me just like watching the mini golf guys on Instagram that I watched. Like, it's just like my chill thing. I love doing it before a show. And he's like, man, whenever I close a show, I'm like up in shadow boxing and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, I've been doing this for 20 years. I don't really give a fuck.
I knew.
And he had seen me at another place before, but he hadn't seen me in this kind of setting. And it was a good crowd and they were laughing and stuff like that. And then into my set, I would hear him laughing from the back room, and I was like, yeah, I love those moments where I get to show people what the fuck I can do, because I do so much in, like, you know, the open mic scene or like the local scenes, that sometimes I think people think I'm just like an okay comic. When I can, in that situation, I know how to step on the gas and just fuck it up, and I'm not worried about it at all.
Yeah.
No, and there's also, like, the show went great. I think Bill and I, before we headed out there, had intentions on tying one on or having a good time. And I think we both.
Well, that was the whole idea, because Tommy was supposed to come, and then we were gonna like all get kind of fucked up and party and have Kara drive us around, and all that fell apart.
Yeah, I think by the time
Tommy couldn't go, Karen couldn't get down there till.
Wow, blame me.
Well,
it's true.
It's okay. Like, what is it? It's also like a brewery, so like, I mean, I drink beer, but nobody else really does on the show, so we had to like bring our own booze and
yeah.
It was, and the vibes were good. It just was like me and Bill definitely were like silently on the same page. Like, this is a very get in, get out.
Like we stayed maybe 4 minutes after the show was over.
Yeah, we said thanks.
I didn't even try and sell merch. I was like, love you guys. Come on. You know, pictures don't know.
Yeah, because the Jeff who opened, who's like a younger guy who did great.
Yeah.
He has a.
Did you find his sister?
No.
His sister's a stripper.
Is she hot? Or you guys don't know?
Can't figure it out yet.
Okay.
He's doing research on him.
He's like 25 years old, and a lot of his material is about how his sister's a stripper.
That's a lot of his content.
Not a lot of it. But he references it, and he's got like a mom that's kind of wasn't the. It seems like was kind of a drunk and kind of a problem, and so him and his sister had kind of a weird upbringing, and he you know, is talking about how like he's pretty normal, but you know the family dynamic is pretty crazy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So he brings me on, and I kind of like was on just thinking on my feet. So as he's walking back to the green room, I go, Jeff, in lieu of payment tonight, just give me your sister's Instagram. Which kind of like,
funny.
Yeah, I kind of like, it got everyone loosened up for it. And then when I got after my set, I walked back there. I was talking to Jeff, and I don't want to give away where his sister works, but he mentioned it, and I go, yeah. I was like, my last girlfriend danced, and she danced at the club of the same name. He
Gotcha.
looks at me, it was serious. He goes, her name wasn't so, and I just go, no. He goes, you didn't fuck my sister.
Oh no.
I go, man,
That would've been funny.
I go, I am not that sharp, dude. If I'd have connected the dots and somehow, 1 in a billion chance fuck your sister, that would have been the 20 minutes of my set. Talking about that. So no.
So that was a lot of fun. It was a good weekend. Then I was in Canton last night. That was also very fun. Fucking around with Marty before a show is like my favorite thing. I love fucking around with Marty. If you don't know Martin Malloy, follow him on Instagram.
Funniest
See his show.
dude.
He's so funny.
He's a Cleveland comedian on Instagram.
Yeah, Cleveland comedian on Instagram. And he is just, he's always gambling. So he's always just looking at his phone, updating to see like if he's winning his bets. And I just like sit next to him, like lean on him. He's like, Bill, don't touch me. And like everybody else is like, oh, Bill's gonna get murdered by Marty. And I'm like, nah, I've known Marty for 20 years. I know he's a teddy bear. And then right before he goes on stage, I was like, why'd you dress like Grimace tonight? Because wearing like a big purple shirt. And then and one thing you know about Marty is he never improvises.
No.
Like, towards the end of his set, he goes, like he did his McDonald's joke, and then he mentioned that he was dressed like Grimace, and he goes, Bill Squire said I was dressed like Grimace tonight. He's a bad person. So fucking funny.
How hard did you lose it?
Dude, I was screaming.
He's a bad person.
He's a bad person. Because he says it with the flat affect, so you can't pick it up as a joke. It just sounded like he was accusing me.
Yeah, that was for you.
Yeah, that was awesome. Cam featured, killed it. Elliot hosted, he killed it. So it was a great show. Congrats to the Canton Comedy Boom for 1 year of doing shows. They're doing good stuff down there. But also, there was this couple that was just all through like camp set. They just like jabbering on. And I was just like,
Only Cam?
I mean, they were like doing it for Marty too, but like,
Okay.
especially
How did you do that from okay.
dude, and that's what, and I was just like they were, and they're like, they're being quiet, but you're still talking in a small room where there's
Yeah.
all these people surrounding you that paid for their tickets.
Yeah.
You paid for your tickets. Why are you talking?
Yeah.
Why aren't you listening? And I like the organizer went over and said something to him, and then they kept talking, and so then I get over there, and one of my favorite things is being the stern dad that just knows how to say things in a tone that makes people feel like complete assholes. It's almost like makes me happier than killing. It's just going
Then
up to
killing?
them.
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind. I thought you meant murder for
No,
a
not
second.
murder, killing
I
at stake.
was like, yeah, damn it, just
But like going up to, and so I just lean over to them. I go, guys, there's a show going on right now that people paid to see. They can all hear you talking. You're being disrespectful and rude, and you need to stop talking or leave the showroom right now. And they shut up for a little bit, and then by the time, like, as soon as they didn't know who I was either. And then they saw me walk on stage, and I saw them get up and leave, and I was like,
All right, that's funny. I was ready to
That would be funny if you just were another person at the show and you just put them in their place.
yeah.
Not any.
I mean, I'll do
I would have.
I'll do that at shows, like, if I'm not the one running it, but I have no problem, like, because again, I'm not saying anything mean.
Embarrass them, yeah.
Like, but you are being disrespectful, and I can't fucking take disrespect and rude are like two things that I do not fucking stand for. And in those situations, I am, I want to give everybody the chance to go up and have a good set. And everybody, and like, I saw the guy that was sitting directly next to him fucking holding back his rage.
Yeah.
Because he was trying to enjoy the show.
Yeah.
And these people are just like, and like, it's just like a back and forth conversation, nothing to do with the show. It's like, why are you here?
Yeah.
Why are you doing that?
And they would have
Were they
had to
drunk?
pay, right?
Yeah, they had to pay.
They had to have been drunk,
they
right?
drunk?
They had to.
I don't even know. Like, there wasn't, like, they didn't even serve booze at, like, you can get booze at surrounding bars, but it's an art, not museum, an art gallery.
Oh, okay.
So, like, they don't have, like, so people weren't, like, wasted at this thing. It's just so annoying. So,
That's
weird.
wild.
Glad they
Yeah.
left. They wouldn't have liked what I was doing, though. I'm really, the set that I'm doing, because, like, Friday night in Cambridge, I kind of played the hits. I was like, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna test this crowd and be like,
Not the
my son is trans and cops are pedophiles.
yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot of political jokes getting thrown out there that evening.
Yeah.
And then Bill, it's not like we were even having a bad time, but Bill comes up to me before, because we were driving down and Bill goes, you know, if you get to around 15 minutes and you feel like you're stretching yourself thin there, you can bail on 15. And he walks up to me before I go up, he goes, we're going to do 20 minutes and not a second short. I'm 35. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
It was fun. And like the show went great. They were a really good audience. It probably could have pushed the limits a little bit, but I didn't feel like it.
That room was on our side. They showed up. They were laughing. And I'm not the guy where I want to just poke the bear just for the sake of poking the bear. You know, like we're not. I wasn't there to like shit on people.
No, exactly. I wanted to make them laugh, make them, you know, make the venue look.
Also, it wasn't like we weren't like a KKK hideout. It was a bar.
It was a bar.
It's just.
It wasn't like people were wearing MAGA hats. It was just kind of like you figure you're in the middle of Ohio. You know what
and
the
people just don't want to hear certain things, and so I go. But I also know the difference between like when I have people that are there to see me versus when I have people that don't really know what I'm doing. And so like Canton was a crowd predominantly there to see me, so I knew I could do exactly what I wanted, and I did.
Well, you're in an art gallery, like you
and an art gallery on top of that, so I knew that I was gonna be like. I would make fun of cops and
First one I was like, my son's trans, and everyone goes,
Actually,
no punchline.
I just all clapped her. I'm working on some new, because like, you know, it's a new set, so I'm working on new jokes about my son being trans and finding a new way to get into that without rehashing the story that I've already told on a special. And I had a real fun version of that last night, which I'm excited to like flesh out and really make it to something.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good.
Not to go back to Deborah, but what we left out about Deborah was, so Jeff hosted, and what Jeff forgot to add in was to tell people to not, you know, not try to help the comedians, don't heckle. So I get up there. I haven't been doing it long enough to where like I launch into like my second or third joke, and then Deborah, the lady in purple, just starts having a conversation with me, jumping in on the joke, and I kind of like was able to riff off of her for a minute, and then after the second or third time, I just go, "What's your name?" And she goes, and she had literally full beer, empty beer next to her. She just goes, Deborah, and I just go, you look like it, Deborah. Like I was like literally had hands on my like it felt like I was like the alien, and she was
that was like a proud dad moment where I'm like, aw. Handling this shit.
I'm not saying it destroyed the room, but everyone lost.
Yeah,
it was great. It was
and she was cool. It just was like at a certain point.
She didn't get up and stand up and like poke me in the chest.
Oh my god, that picture is on you.
I was just like, you're not supposed to do this.
No.
It was funny, but it was harmless and funny, and it was kind of it just was it for what it. I don't like to encourage it because I hate when people do it, but it was funny. So
and that's the thing is like people think, you know, and more than ever because of the popularity of crowd work clips, that stand-up shows are supposed to be interactive, and to a certain degree they can be, but you have to follow the comic, let the comic dictate, because there's comics that don't want to interact and there's comics that do, and I don't mind doing it, but I want it to be on my terms, and when it's not on my terms, I'm gonna get a little mean, and that's why Deborah stood up and started poking me in the chest, because I was making Deborah look like a real asshole. And it's fun.
So crowd work, okay, we were just having a conversation with a couple of people last night about it. Crowd work's not new, obviously.
Not new at all.
At all. It's just, I feel like with TikTok, with those short, like attention span people have.
Well, so there's
it's easier to put a clip of crowd work than like an actual joke, and you don't want to fuck that up either.
And that's the thing too. So like when you put a clip out and it's like already written material, it's
exactly
special, something like that, then you kind of burn that material for that audience. So if it's already on a special, something like that, then you put it out, because if people go, oh, that was funny, they're not going to come out and see you do that bit.
That's
you've already
exactly,
done.
okay.
Yeah.
That was my exact argument
So-
in the conversation, but
So
I want to
then
make
with crowd work too, there is a spontaneity to it that just looks so fun and comes across as fun, and that's why that's
And it's talent. I mean, it's very much talent. But
there's guys that I've known that have been doing it for a long time. I mean, like a guy like Ian Bagg, who is now finally getting people to come out and see him, because for decades he's done crowd work where he does it like nobody else I've seen, where he's doing crowd work the whole show, mixing in prepared bits, bringing it all together, and it's not just like, hey, what do you do for a living? Like, he's bringing stories out of these people, weaving it into his act, and making every show that he does a unique and just one of a kind experience. And so for a guy like that who's got the chops to do it at such a high level and has been doing his shows that way for so long, it's awesome, because now people are like taking notice of him and buying tickets to see him.
right. Yeah.
And then there's other people that it's a little more manufactured. I hear stories of comics doing shows in New York and LA, and they're just mining for clips, is what the term has become, where they're just like, what do you do? Blah, blah, trying to get a laugh. Nope, nothing, no laugh. Okay. And it can be very painful. And so I think the priority is to always make sure that people in the room are having a great time before you are trying to get, a clip for the internet.
Yeah. I don't know much about him, and I
Who
kind
are
of
you
can't
talking
stand
to
him.
about this?
Oh, just all my friends last
Okay.
night. Yeah. They just went to a show a couple nights ago. Who's the guy that does impressions?
Adam Ray.
Yes,
Yeah.
they went to that and they loved Elijah.
Yeah.
But like they were just talking about that in
Did they
crowd
love
work.
Adam Ray?
Oh, yeah, they actually said, he did good. He did good.
No,
The one,
I heard great reviews.
yeah,
Shows.
that one was really good. They did not like the one that you guys went to as well, you and Mary. That show, they were like,
Peter
it was,
Santino?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
That
Yeah.
one was pretty,
Rough. Yeah. It was just,
rough. It was just like,
yeah.
It's like-
Exactly.
it was
That's what
like-
they said.
Like,
They're
it
like,
wasn't bad. He just wasn't.
that's exactly.
For it to be
yeah.
like a theater show, you're like expecting to be like flown away.
Right.
It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, right. That's exactly
Yeah.
their argument. But yeah, we were just talking about it last night. But
Nice.
people like discussing Matt Rife.
Yeah.
Does he do like? Because I think he just pulled out like a crowd work.
So he put a crowd
Special.
work special out. I haven't watched it.
Does he even do jokes like his own?
So when he did his first special on Netflix, that was all jokes and not crowd work.
It was
and
bad.
Got fucking ripped apart.
Okay, I
Because the way he ended it, and he's playing to a very, very gracious audience, and like the
young.
yeah,
people,
young people that love him, and like it was a kind of a hacky special. Yeah, it's kind of a hacky special, and so like when he closed it, he goes, well, "What do I know? I only do crowd work." He dropped the mic, and everybody like comics were ripping on that for a while.
Yeah.
Mickey Genovese, he like after I was featuring and he was hosting, and I did my joke, my Sid's joke to close my set, and he's like, "I'm surprised Bill didn't drop the mic and say, I only do Sid's jokes."
Yeah, I did not watch the Rife
No, me neither.
Netflix special, but I just heard he's like, so it's like unfair for me to.
So like he tries to do jokes
Well, he
too.
tried to do a special where he was doing jokes,
Mhm.
and because he wanted to legitimize himself, he was trying to because he was tired of everybody saying all he does is crowd work,
Mhm.
and then he did a crowd work special on Netflix this year that kind of had a theme to it,
Mhm.
and I haven't watched it, so I can't say if it was good or bad, but I imagine he does have chops within the crowd work, framework that it probably was okay.
That's the.
But it's also just not-
Layden.
Yeah, that's not my guy.
Yeah.
I'm real talking comedy with me and telling me when people are like, "Oh, so and so funny," I'm like, "Are they? Or are they the worst?" You don't want to talk comedy with me if
Yeah.
you're not ready for some real hard opinions on why certain comedians. I was talking to a musician about, we're gonna get into theory here. We're gonna get into some stuff that's not oh, he just said this and I really laughed. I'm like, oh yeah, but you know who said that this 10 years ago?
Yeah,
And this
yeah.
is this is rehashed bullshit material, and it's just I've seen it. I've seen it done again and again. You're newer to it, so you're like, oh, this is the first time. But to me, I've seen that get turned up. There's an example of that with someone that's really, really popular now that's doing arenas, and he has a joke that was done 15 years ago by John Mulaney. And it's about like how, and you can probably figure it out from the context I'm about to give, but how like when you're a little boy, you're like we're all gay little boys. And yeah, Mulaney's got that bit.
No, I'm trying to think of who you're referencing.
Shane Gillis.
Oh, okay.
I mean, and like again, it's a premise, so it's not. I'm not saying Shane stole it from him, but when I hear it, I go, "Oh, this is just another version of this premise." So I'm not as blown away by it because I've already heard another person work that premise and do a good job with it.
So I get that from your guys' standpoint, but like from mine, as long as the jokes are like personalized to their life, I feel like it feels very different and still unique. Because like
and again, the Shane version of the joke is. I'm not accusing him of stealing.
No, I know you're not.
I'm saying that his version of the joke is catered to a Shane Gillis audience, and the Mulaney version of the joke is very a Mulaney audience, but it's still a premise that some people I saw kind of like, oh, that's so crazy, so funny. I can't believe, like, he's saying things that people can't. I'm like, John Mulaney did it on a Comedy Central special. It was not even like it's not this brave new world of stand-up that people think it is, where they're like, oh, you can't say anything anymore, and because someone says we're all gay little boys, they're like, oh, he's so edgy. I'm like, nah, it's not as, you're just new. You're just new.
You're not like branching out and listening.
Honestly, the people that are saying the edgiest shit are not showing up anywhere.
You don't know. You have not seen.
You have not seen them, or if you have, it's at a local show, and it's because they're saying stuff that is so out of pocket, but works. It's really funny. Like, and that's like the just saying retard is not edgy to me.
No, it's and I think the pendulum's clearly swinging back to where people just feel comfortable talking like we did in the 90s, for lack of a better term for it.
And that's great, but also I need I need there to be a cleverness to it. I need there to be a wink to it. I need it to be a little bit more elevated than just saying it because we weren't supposed to say it.
Right.
We're not children.
What are you trying to say?
Right, exactly.
Is the crux of it.
Yeah.
No one's being edgy the way I'm being edgy.
Enough comedy talk. Let's talk about facials.
Shouts to Cam.
Still comedy. Still comedy.
It's comedy adjacent.
This is the longest we've done an episode without veering into talking about boners and cum.
So here we are.
I'm proud of us.
Ready to go.
I'm kind of proud of us, but I'm also disappointed.
Yes.
All right, so why don't you take the lead on this one, Thomas?
No. I don't remember. It was just like, what's the was it Sluttiest?
Yeah.
It was like, what's the sluttiest thing a guy... No. See, I don't know.
So Cam posted...
Cam
she's not going to get mad for us.
No, she doesn't care. No.
Yeah. Okay, so
she wanted people to take it serious, and we're going to...
Yeah,
we're not discussing it as
serious.
We're talking about it with... mindfulness.
Even though it's not a serious place, we're being serious right now.
We're drilling down right now, literally and figuratively. So she posted to her story, what's the sluttiest way a woman can take a guy's load?
Essentially,
It was a poll. So it was like, number 1 was in the mouth, number 2 was on the tits, number 3 was in the face.
Face. No.
Was it face?
It was face,
mouth, or
face, mouth, and then
swallow,
and then other.
Swallow, tits, mouth, other. So
okay.
Sorry, not to cut you off. She also directed it. She goes, "Ladies, what's the sluttiest way you think to take a man's load?"
Yeah, how would you?
I saw it and I was like, "I'm participating in the democracy. This is not for me." And then the next day she posted, she goes, she posted something to like intimate like no one was voting or something.
Yeah. Well, she said, "I don't think you're taking my cum poll very seriously."
Yes, I need to find this. Okay.
So then I, of course, tap back and I just go facial. Like I just like
that's what I.
That's what I.
Because
degrading.
To just straight up degrading sluttiest thing. Tits is easy to wipe off. In your mouth, you can spit it, you can swallow it, it can go away. if you come on someone's face,
Yes.
where their eyes and like this is the apparatus for life.
Yes.
And you're just saying, now it's got cum all over it.
Right.
That is so the sluttiest, and I love it.
Yes.
But it is definitely like
The
one of those
sluttiest.
things-
It's face.
That's how I know you.
She's wrong. She does not think face.
What did she say?
Tits. And I'm like, you're totally wrong on that. And mine was essentially the same, the face. I'm like, he doesn't respect me too much not to ruin my makeup.
Yeah.
Anywhere else,
And
you can like
possibly
clean
get
that shit
hair
up.
or eyes.
Exactly. I've gotten it in my eyes. It fucks up. That's slutty as hell.
If you're taking it to the face, there's
Yes.
90% chance you have to take a whole shower and you
Yeah.
gotta
Yeah.
wash your hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. It is.
You're not going to Applebee's after you take a facial.
And then if you take a to the next level, if you come on someone's face and they don't have the opportunity to clean up properly,
Yeah.
now you like that is like it's one thing to have dried cum on your tits,
On your face?
but to have like a cum crust on your face.
I'm not
It's-
doing,
Oh.
I'm not doing anything after a
Yes.
fucking facial. I am
Yeah.
showering.
Yeah, that's just
Yeah. Yeah.
and no, and so of course we had a conversation about it, and I said, because then she followed up, and it was like a joke, obviously, but she goes, "Wow, you facial enthusiasts are wild," or something like that, and I just go. It's clear. I go. It's not my personal. She said
It's
tits.
not-
It's not
yeah,
my personal
yeah.
favorite.
It's not a
No,
favorite,
no.
but it is the sluttiest.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what-
it's like
that
I
was
would
the
say that's the
shit.
sluttiest.
That's the criteria we're basing on. My personal
Slutty
favorite, tits. Facial is like, wow, you really like me. Like that's
Yeah, like, damn, hell yeah.
yeah. and
You
it's-
feel
that-
comfortable being.
I mean, it's hot in that. It's
Yeah.
certainly hot.
Yes.
But it's
yeah,
also
yeah.
like, oh wow. I was like,
Yeah,
it's like
cummy tits are great, but I mean, also other just a good old fashioned cream pie.
Yeah, but it was specific to blowjobs.
Oh, to blowjobs.
So I'm not going to be like, flip me over.
Yeah.
Can I say
Because
something?
that was also in my head.
Can I say
It was like,
something when you don't get mad at me? Cream pie is like probably not even my top 5 favorite place moves.
You're off the podcast.
it
Wow.
feels so good.
Okay. So for
Not top 5.
Not top 5?
You can think
What
of
the fuck
4
else?
places
Yeah.
where they're cum.
let me think, guys. So tits, face.
You could see those all the time.
Yeah, probably third favorite. I like pulling out. It's like a war concert. It's like there's pageantry and the music starts playing.
The way it feels to come inside is better because my dick is warm, and I like that.
To be honest, though, I did not until like around the time I got
Yeah,
snipped.
yeah.
Because I was so scared, but like always like a fuck, I want that so bad.
I don't.
But no kids.
I think it's my paranoia, and this is on me for not
Well, yeah.
a vasectomy yet. But it's like I don't want to do that. Like with a girlfriend, I don't want to do it because I don't want to have kids or
No, yeah.
abortion. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
So I had someone that loved getting pied, and then I just go, so like, if like my troops reach behind enemy lines, I'm paying to send. And she just looks at me in the darkness with the bisexual lighting, and she was staring at me. She goes, "Motherfucker, you think I'm trying to have a kid with you?" And I can't.
I love that.
Brain.
Yes. Hell yes. I love that so much.
It was the hottest thing anyone's ever said.
I love that so.
She called me motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
My dick grew 3 times that day.
Oh, and that brings us to the. Let me see if it's on the website. But the Funny Bus date is set.
Wait, what?
The Funny Bus
Christmas?
Christmas.
Yeah.
But I want to see if it's available on the website yet. So, because there's a code you have to use to
Oh.
get the tickets.
The bang bus, the Halloween holiday bang bus.
Holiday bang.
No, that's why I feel like I'm a very selfless lover, because whenever a woman requests, I serve when called upon.
As long.
And I'm just like rolling my eyes, like, if you insist,
Go
I
on.
guess.
I guess I'll do
My
this.
queen. Accept this pearly gift from her king.
No, but get rid
Yeah,
of it
okay, it's
immediately.
All right.
Pawn that shit.
Y'all really do like getting that cream pie, then, though. Y'all.
I fucking know that.
Y'all call y'all Little Debbie. They're
Well,
loud.
Hello, Twinkie.
Okay. So, all right,
No
what I'm saying is,
Squeaky doesn't fucking work. It's a little boy.
on the
Oh, yeah.
8th of December, it is the Cleveland, America Ugly Christmas Sweater Funny Bus Bar Crawl. So we're going to go to 3 different bars.
Ooh.
It's going to start at 5 p.m. and go till 8 p.m. So it's like a 3 hours longer than the normal one.
Nice.
And
Can one of those bars be old 86?
yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we can do that.
So one of the
Can we end here and
We
then
can
we
do
go away?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, as you were.
Yeah, so we can definitely make that happen. And we are going to. So I'm going to dress as Santa. I thought you were going to be Rudolph.
I have a couple slutty outfits
Okay.
that are Christmas related. So,
So slutty Christmas,
Mhm.
and then pants. Do you want to still do Yukon Cornelius?
Yeah, I mean, what are my other options? The abominable snowman?
That's funny too.
have you guys?
Yeah, just like get a fuzzy
Yeah.
white suit.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
here's the rules. If you are going on this bar crawl, you have to wear an ugly Christmas sweater. You have to wear a Santa Claus suit. You have to do something in the holiday spirit. You
Yes.
The Jew one. What's that? Jesus.
Harry. You know, the bearded guy. He got a bunch of nails in him. What's
Yeah.
his name again?
But you got to be baby Jesus because it's his birthday. So to get you go to funnybus.net and then you pick the date and then you need a code and that code is in all caps pants PANTS. All caps,
Ooh.
So
Nice.
If anything sounds like a discount, it's me.
mhm.
Yeah, no, like literally go to Goodwill, buy a shitty sweater,
Yeah.
and you're in. Ladies,
Yeah.
buy
and this
a
is
bikini.
and this
You're
is
in.
a small. I mean, it's the bus, so it's like there's like 30 seats available because he already wants to go. Like Dean wants to go. He wants to. So there's, and we're all going. We're all gonna have a +1 if we want it. So it's gonna be like a very limited number of seats.
Yeah,
So
get those.
Get those now because it will sell out very quickly.
I have friends
Ladies,
that
get
want
your-
to go, but are not going to go right away so people can actually buy
No,
tickets
tell them
first.
lady.
Just do that?
Just tell them to get
Just
like.
buy tickets.
Buy
I want to create
goddamn
the
ticket.
I want to create the urgency for people to just go, okay, we're getting these tickets. If this episode's coming out on Monday, you get those tickets immediately.
Immediately, I guess.
Ladies, get
I
your
guess.
bikinis now with the fur-lined boots and stuff, and then you can wear
Or the Rudolph tit sweater.
the Rudolph.
Yes.
That's
a good one, too.
Rudolph tit sweater. Rudolph tit sweater. Rudolph.
I'm sure we can find somebody.
Rudolph tit sweater. Rudolph
I'm
tit sweater.
I might do it.
I had
No.
the all-time. I had a light bulb moment last night about what I was going to dress up as for Halloween, and I'm going to buy a gray spandex bodysuit and a bottle of baby oil and cover myself in baby oil and walk around and bite women's knees, and I'm going to be Moodang.
Yeah.
Can you imagine me whiskey drunk just falling over myself
Love
because I'm
it.
lubed up?
Bite in.
I've given a few, like, people have been like, what should I be for Halloween? And I've told at least 2 women, sexy Moodang.
Sexy followed by anything is generous.
Right.
They're like, I want to be something sexy. I'm like, well, sexy Moodang.
Yeah, you can make anything sexy.
And
Ladies,
when
you really
when you make a thing like Moodang sexy, it's hilarious.
Right,
And
yeah.
then you get to be funny.
Sexy and funny.
sexy.
It's so hard for women.
It's a greater challenge than it is for men, for whatever
Yeah,
reason.
funnybus.net.
I don't know about that.
Code pants, all caps.
Cream pie's #1 now, ladies. I
Yeah.
just revised my rankings. I'm come to my senses.
Knew it.
I'm come to my senses so I can come in your birth canal.
No longer
How
fired.
unhot did I just make that sound?
that.
Yeah, no birth canal.
Yeah.
Absolutely
I'm
none.
gonna die alone.
None. That's the cum
We all
canal.
Cum canal. I already talking about it.
Yeah.
All right. Do a parody of Panama, but cum canal.
Nah.
Cum
Come canal.
All right.
Sounds kind of like anal.
I mean, that's cool too.
That's
Okay, wait. So that's another option. Is I don't like
Come on
not
the butthole?
the butthole. Yeah, come on the butt, back shots
But not
on
anal?
the butt. I mean, I like anal. I don't want to come in.
oh, it's fun.
I wouldn't say no to it. Like none of these options to me are bad per se. We're talking about
You-
what our favorites are.
You don't want to hear her like queefing your cum out Of her ass
No,
in the
that's
bathroom?
That's not queefing.
It's cum. It's cum though.
Yeah.
It's not farting.
Yeah, your fart have to come.
It's something in between.
No, it's a fart.
No, it's not a fart.
Come fart.
It's a different thing.
It's a cum
fart.
I usually
Even
do that. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I know
woman-
this isn't sexy.
No woman should ever have to ever apologize to me after taking my load in the vicinity of her body.
Please said vagina.
Yeah.
Farts or butts. It's cum fart.
I don't know. A comfort. That works.
Like, own it. It's fine.
Oh.
Because it's not a fart from it's fart because of the dick going in pushing air. But it's still a fart.
Okay.
It's
Okay,
fine.
valid. I will take the L.
Touch your butt.
It is.
I've never had a woman straight up fart during sex. I've had her queef during.
Well, yeah.
That's a different.
Yeah. But like usually it's an afterwards thing.
Oh yeah.
If you're doing anal.
It's after all the
Yeah, and then
pressure.
yeah. And
That's what it sounds like. You know, I know an art clip from this.
All right. Well, thank you for coming to Cleveland, America.
It's not a serious place.